So we just got some new info about how many Emanators are going to show up in Amphoreus. And honestly, it's way more than you might have expected. Not just 2 or 3, there are 6 of them involved. Yeah, 6. That's a lot for one region, and it raises a ton of questions about what's actually going on in this part of the story. In this video, I want to talk about each of these Emanators, what role they might play, and what this could mean for the bigger picture going forward. There's a mix of direct appearances, memories, and even some unexpected cameos. So let's break it all down. Just a quick heads up before we go any further, some of the info in this video might be considered spoilers, especially if you're trying to go into future patches blind. Also, a lot of this comes from early leaks or story previews, so things could still change by the time the content officially drops. Keep that in mind as we go through it. So, who are these 6 Emanators we'll be seeing in Amphoreus? It's not just 1 or 2, there are actually 6 of them: Feain, Sirene, Ligus, Iron Tomb, Acheron, and the Herta. Yeah, that's a pretty unexpected lineup. Some will be directly involved in the story, while others might show up in smaller or more unusual ways. Let's go through what we know about each of them so far. Starting with Feain, he's the Emanator of Destruction, and we finally have solid info on what kind of character he is. The core concept behind his kit is transformation and becoming the buff target of teammates. So rather than supporting others, it sounds like his playstyle revolves around receiving support and becoming stronger through it. He's scheduled to release in version 3.4, and what's interesting is that he'll be coming out alongside the Fate collaboration characters, which makes that patch look even more stacked. Next, we've got Sirene, the Emanator of Remembrance. She's also confirmed to appear, but she won't be showing up right away. Based on what we know, she's set to be introduced in the later patches of Amphoreus. No details yet on her abilities or role in the story, but just her title, Remembrance, already hints at some emotional or memory-related themes. We'll probably learn more as we get closer to her release. Now, Ligus is where things start to get a bit more mysterious. He's not like the other characters we've talked about so far. While some people refer to him as an Emanator, that hasn't actually been confirmed. What we do know is that he's an intelligent machine deeply tied to the inner workings of Amphoreus. He's going to have some kind of interaction with the Herta in both version 3.2 and 3.4, and that already puts him in a pretty interesting position. Apparently, he was once acknowledged by the Aeon Nous, but again, that doesn't necessarily mean he's an Emanator. What's been hinted at is that Ligus is actually a higher dimensional being, and he serves as the one overseeing Amphoreus behind the scenes. So even if his status as an Emanator is still unclear, his role in the story is shaping up to be pretty major. Then we have Iron Tomb. He will show up in Amphoreus, but only for a very minor role, and he won't appear again in the next 2 versions. His purpose is pretty straightforward, though. He's coming to destroy Amphoreus. Apparently, the region has reached a level of technological development that crosses some sort of threshold, and that triggers Iron Tomb's arrival. But the strange part is, Amphoreus doesn't look advanced at all, at least not from our point of view as players. It feels kind of underdeveloped even. Why it qualifies for destruction is something that hasn't been explained yet, but the writers have clearly left that mystery for future story developments to reveal. Acheron is also involved, but not in the way some people expected. She shows up at the end of version 3.2, but she's not actually coming to Amphoreus. From what's been said, her appearance seems more like a memory or a vision from the Trailblazers' perspective, not a physical return. So if you were hoping for Acheron to jump back into the story directly, that doesn't seem to be the case right now. And finally, there's the Herta. She's been around since the beginning of the game, but as of now, there's nothing new about her role. She's expected to appear in connection with Ligus in versions 3.2 and 3.4, but we don't have new details beyond that. So yeah, 6 Emanators showing up in one arc is definitely not business as usual. Whether they're here in person, like Sirene or Feain, or just making a brief appearance like Iron Tomb and Acheron, there's clearly a bigger pattern at play. Let me know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you all make of this weird convergence. Save up to 23% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description.